exciting news given the fact that US-based technology firm Novatel has made an offer to acquire South African company DigiCore Holdings. I'm now joined at the desk by Cobus Grove, who is the CFO at DigiCore Holdings or Ctrack.
DigiCore Holdings owning Ctrack.
There we go. Okay, some clarity on the title there. But maybe let's first get a clear update as to DigiCore, because I think a lot of people are familiar with Ctrack, a tracking firm which deals with vehicles, but it does a lot more outside of that. But if you could give us just a quick overview for the investor who's not familiar with DigiCore.
Sure. DigiCore Holdings is a company specializing in motor vehicle tracking, and our brand is Ctrack. So we specialize in two different types of tracking. We do motor vehicle tracking, so the normal insurance type of business, and then we also do fleet tracking. And then lately we've actually made very good strides in the insurance industry, doing insurance-based telematics. And our partner there is Discovery that we work with.
Let's obviously go back to that relationship with Novatel, which I think comes as a welcome surprise for many South African investors. But it's not the first time that Ctrack and Novatel have worked together, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, we've been working with Novatel for the past year and a half already, and Novatel is a wonderful manufacturer of tracking units for us, and we've actually integrated our technology, and we've spent the past 1.5 years integrating their technology, and they've given us sole distributorship actually about 6 months ago to sell their products in the South African market as well. So at this point it just made a real sense. You know, we've really done integration, we've really worked together, and I think that's where the whole deal stemmed from.
Almost sounds to me like this deal is halfway approved. All you need is some shareholders to agree.
Yes, yeah, obviously the shareholders are an important part, but yeah, the firm intention is out there now. Scheme documentation to be circulated end of July. So there's now the process that needs to run.
Maybe if you can give us a perspective from DigiCore's view as to why this deal makes sense for you guys, including the pricing, 1.1 billion rand for the deal.
Yes. Well, let's look at why it makes sense for DigiCore. Firstly, we're getting into bed with a company that manufactures world-class equipment. We manufacture in South Africa, and I think it's also an opportunity to expand in our South African manufacturing, as well as also to expand in our South African development together with them. I think that's a very nice opportunity. Otherwise, they're sitting in markets where we don't have presence. We're sitting in markets where they don't have presence. So combining those two together just makes a lot of sense, and it's a direct entry point into markets where we're not currently working.
Just to sidestep into the business units, manufacturing as well as insurance, as you alluded to, will you still be manufacturing in South Africa, or looking at other places where it's slightly more business friendly, as we know the crisis we have in South Africa?
Well, it's interesting. We've in this process we've had discussions already about that. I think the idea would be to see where we can expand in manufacturing in South Africa, as well as the software development angle. I mean, I think South Africa is a wonderful environment where we've got very good resources in South Africa at a very good price, and that's definitely something that would be looked at to be continued in South Africa.
To go back to new business markets, you mentioned you're touching on insurance in the local market with Discovery, but are you looking at new avenues as well to expand your business in? Absolutely.
No, we're definitely looking. You're looking at asset tracking. So there's a very big market worldwide at the moment.
Other than vehicles, what kind of assets do these include?
Oh, just containers. There's a big market for containers, especially in Asia, in the Asian market. So yes, now any form of asset at this moment there's a very big market for tracking, and it's actually interesting to see where the industry is going. It's an industry that's rapidly developing, and I think there's a lot of opportunities going forward. Not just from the motor vehicle tracking, what you use the vehicle tracking for, the benefits you can obtain from it. So exciting at the moment.
On the competitive landscape, though, it is toughening up slightly. You've got mixed telematics and Ctrack as well. How tough is that?
Markets are tough. We've got very good competitors in our market, yes, definitely. It comes down at the end of the day to service and the quality of the product you provide and the savings you put in front of your clients. So we really think, you know, working together then in a combination with Novatel, then being at the cutting edge then of technology, that's where our advantage would come from. At the moment, definitely we've had years in the past, you know, obviously we come from a turnaround strategy, and we really feel at this point, you know, even before the Novatel side, where we really have geared ourselves correctly, specifically in the fleet management, fleet markets, and the consumer market. With the insurance background we've got a very good base now. We've got a very good reference point, and we're really starting to see some moves in our market now, positive in our way.
Just to close off with this deal, I think there are always concerns about potential job losses or significant changes in management structures. How will that be handled should the deal go ahead with Novatel owning? Yeah,
look, I mean, obviously we're at very early stages and we haven't had those levels of discussions, but it appears at this point that the idea would be that we continue as we currently are. Novatel, they know what they do well, we know what we do well, and I think at this point the idea would be is to keep us and we work together as a team going forward. So I don't think at this point in time there's any concern.
Cobus, thank you so much for your time and for being a sport and making it here on the last minute on a Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Cobus Grove. He's the CFO at DigiCore Holdings.